Mark Chambers, and I'll be playing Truman Capote in the play True by J. Preston Allen. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, in the Mississippi Delta, the Bluff City. And my father was a puppeteer with the Chambers family puppets and marionettes. And so that was my first window into the creative world. And then the Memphis Park Commission had a program called the Memphis Children's Theatre. And so that was my first debut on the Wicked stage. I was cast as a flying monkey in The Wizard of Oz. And then I started being a regular member of the Children's Theatre and eventually started acting at the local community theaters and then the local professional theaters. And seamlessly I worked from when I was 8 until I'm this age. Well, I came back to the Greenbrier Valley Theater. I did make my debut in Side by Side by Sondheim alongside Kathy Sawyer and Kermit Metzger on the piano. And so they approached me about doing True, the play. So that's what got me here. And so far I've had a great time. And during Moon Over Buffalo, I got a new respect for the rehearsal process of being able to create freely in a room and just to laugh all day long, which is a good sign because it is a comedy and a farce. And it's much different from True, which is a funny play, but it's got a lot of substance to it and a lot of deep bones. Truman's real life, it's very much noted that he had an alcohol addiction almost all of his life, as well as an increasing amount of prescription drug use. He was a bon vivant. He had a facelift at the encouragement of Ava Gardner and was trying to reposition his life after the disaster of letting a chapter of Answered Prayers be published by Esquire magazine. That's part of the premise of the whole play, is that he has just published this story and he names names about the super rich, and they all turned on him with vindictiveness. But after that, his life pretty much spiraled down, and it's rather tragic. I've always been a chameleon, kind of a character actor or a chameleon. So some things were very simple, but the core of becoming another character fully is to go to the source material. I remember Truman Capote from when I was very little, and I was fascinated at this little, funny, very intelligent man, that he would make so many jokes and he had so many mannerisms. But Truman, his voice is very much different from my own. So I had to start myself in training. I've been working on the voice and things. I've done the role before, but each time I have to build up the vocal stamina that is required. His jaw jutted out and his tongue placement was up against his teeth. So, and that was just one of his mannerisms. And after I studied him more and more, I realized that when his eyebrows went up, his voice went up. And then he had chronic eye problems. And he would just say, but when he touched his eyes, his voice would go way up into that, what they call the high-pitched voice of Truman Capote. And so it's a training to build the jaw muscles and build the vocal stamina. I am often asked, what's it like to do a one-man show? While you rehearse a one-person play, it's never really a one-person play. There's one actor visible, but it still takes the incredible support of a production team to let one actor then tell the entire story. What I find most interesting about the play True is that it's a Christmas show. But unlike most Christmas plays, it is not a fairy tale or an old standard. But it was a different take on the holidays. And it's a much more realistic vision of the holidays for a lot of people. A lot of people are depressed during the holidays, and they seek that feeling of family and friends and lavishness to kind of see them through. And what I think people will take away from it is that the script has such beautiful wordage in it. It tells a difficult story, but it's delivered in such a way that it's palpable to accept it and to laugh with him and at him and for him.
I would like to invite you all to come on down to the Greenbrier Valley Theatre to see True by J. Preston Allen. We'll be presenting it in my living room at the United Nations Plaza on August the 3rd, 4th, and 5th.